Led by Max Berger, a team of 5 designers set out on a quest to create Alien 8. The entire team was happy and excited to be part of such a great project. However, a few details still needed to be fleshed out on paper. Once we knew exactly how we wanted Alien 8 to look like, the next step was creating a clay model. Another key component to the project was how Alien 8 was going to be delivered to customers. As a team, we wanted to make sure that Alien 8 would have the right packaging. We wanted the packaging to communicate that Alien 8 is a blank canvas for people's imaginations. Sculpting the clay model is probably the most important part of this process. Every detail printed onto the clay model will appear on the actual toy. We tried making the alien more than once. That way we had options and we could make sure that we would pick the best one. This one in particular was not our best. This 3D model is a more accurate description of how our toy is going to look like. Once the clay model was finished, it was time to make a mold for it so we could reproduce it 200 times, making these unique copies of Alien 8. The first step to creating the mold was putting Alien 8 inside a sealed box where silicone could be poured in. We used regular cardboard and a hot glue gun to make sure that the box was sealed off. To speed up the process a bit, we used the ultimate cooling machine, a human-powered fan. Once the box was sealed off, we needed to know how much silicone to use, so to measure the volume of the box we used rice. Once we knew the right volume, we poured silicone into a container that was later topped with a blue catalyzer. Once the catalyzer was added, we were running against the clock. Within 15 minutes, the silicone would start curing. First, we needed to mix the silicone with the catalyzer. Once the substance was mixed, we needed to put it in an air vacuum to make sure all the air bubbles would come out. Once we took out all the air bubbles, it was time to slowly pour the silicone into the box where Alien 8 was resting. The silicone was in place and it needed to cure, so we left it alone for a few days. Once the silicone cured, it had more of a jelly texture, so the mold was ready to be opened and the clay model was ready to be taken out. Once the clay model was taken out, we had a negative space mold of Alien 8. The toys are made of Instacast, a substance similar to silicone in the way that it needs a base and a catalyzer to start getting solid. Max mixed the two and proceeded to slowly pour the substance into the mold. Like with many other steps, it was important to make sure that no bubbles were trapped inside the mold. A few taps are enough to take all the air bubbles out. Once the Instacast cures, it is really easy to pop it out of the mold. And then, voila! Our first Alien 8.